Timmy, how are you doing this morning? I'll tell you what, couldn't ask for a better weekend here in LaGrange, Georgia. Beautiful 80-degree day here, Callaway Stadium.
Absolutely, I agree with you. It's an absolutely gorgeous day for women's lacrosse. This is the second semifinal, as it was Meredith College cruising to a 19-5 win over Greensboro College in the first. They'll be in the championship game yet again. And here today, Piedmont Methodist fighting for that second and coveted spot in the USA South Championship game, taking place tomorrow right here at Callaway Stadium.
These two teams matched up just nearly a week ago on last Saturday on the 8th, with Methodist walking away with a 15-7 victory. That game being played at Piedmont, this time neutral site game. Interesting to see how these two teams react in the rematch.
Completely agree with you. We should see some fireworks today with several big-time scorers in play. One of those, Monty Hendricks, with 23 goals for Methodist University. Her accolades enough to speak of, Ryan.
Last night at the banquet here for the USA South Spring Festival, Monty Hendricks was awarded with her Rookie of the Year plaque, as well as head coach for Methodist, Kendall Clarkson, earning the Coach of the Year laurels for the Monarchs, really turning this program around from her 4 years here with the team. It's good to see Methodist here picking up the second seed in the tournament.
Absolutely. Two Rookie of the Years here in this matchup, as you have former Rookie of the Year in Kayla Jones for Piedmont College, now a junior for the Lady Lions, Lawrenceville, Georgia. As the draw is up, and up for grabs, picked up by Piedmont College. It was Caitlin O'Brien on it, but it was knocked away. I believe the cause would go Madison McNelly, unless Piedmont now retaining possession here, Ryan. So it looks like it'll be the Lady Lions who has the first opportunity in the attacking zone. It's Rowan Bumpus on it. Over to Malabag, who crosses over into the attacking zone. Lady Lions controlling it up top. Over to O'Brien. Should be an illegal screen, and I believe it is. So now Methodist will have it here, coming out of the defensive half. Pushing it forward here on the near side. Working behind the cage. Piedmont in the all black with green numerals, a popular color combination. Methodist working the bright gold, green bottoms, left to right on your screen. Slicing through the middle, knocked away. Stoppage of the clock will occur here, though. Looks like it'll be a free kick attempt with 28-13 remaining here in the first. Looks like it's the one we just spoke of. Hendricks on it. Low shot and goal. Methodist up 1-0 here early on, Ryan.
And just as we highlighted pre-game with Hendricks, picking up her 24th goal of the season off the free position attempt there after the foul from Piedmont, gets Methodist on the board early.
So there they go. Monarchs up 1-0 over Piedmont College. As the two seed that's early up here in this matchup.
It's funny, I never say it like that. I always say goal line
Seemed that she did get the stick on it there a little bit as it rolled between her legs, between her right foot and the pipe. Unable to get to it, tying up the game here early on.
Emily Ewan, the goalie there for Methodist, who couldn't quite make the complete save. So now it's 1-all. Take it back, it was Gant. Couldn't quite make the save. Just under 27 minutes to play, it's 1-1. Methodist comes away with the draw. Too much contact there. So a foul called. Winning the draw was Ranelli.
Some people do it, and it's not wrong, but we're not required to do it. And it's not even that hard to figure out who it is. They make the attacking person step back.
So much speed and athleticism there for Holland. And a goal for Methodist as they quickly respond. 26 remaining here. It's now 2-1 Monarchs.
Holland, her 20th goal of the year, just taking it in from the entrance of the offensive zone, just took it right to the cage and was able to beat the goalie and give Methodist the early lead again. Seems to be a back and forth game so far. Look forward to this to continue to happen here over the next 20 minutes or so.
That was impressive for Holland as well, but it's the second opportunity she's had where she's seen a little bit of an advantage with the athleticism sneaking in behind and being able to get past the few lady lines.
And that's what you see a lot with this Monarch team, able to make the quick step to the right or to the left and make that quick move into the zone and being able to open up a good shot attempt or even just getting it on the cage. I know Methodist right now outscoring opponents by almost 15 goals in each period. 30 outscoring opponents by 30 goals on a season overall, just using their athleticism to get inside.
They win the draw to the Monarchs, but Nelly was the one who won it. And they work near side now here, Methodist. Going behind the cage. An early 2-1 lead for the number 2 seed here in this tournament. How did Meredith do over there?
You guys beat Bridgewater this year, didn't you?
Working on the far side. Ball was deflected, but it was scooped up by Methodist.
Meredith is good against the. Probably everybody
Italy
but the
goes
top
near
third.
side.
Maybe like growing up, we were really good. Good now. You don't actually not much behind. Yeah, most of the schools. Goes high. Meredith doesn't hold their own yet. The Bridgewaters, the Randolph,
Piedmont
Macon,
forces the ball back out.
Virginia West, yeah. Those type of schools.
Slipping inside. But a stoppage of the clock at 25:04. As we'll have a free position attempt
Oh yeah, Gilbert's not bad.
by Methodist.
Gilbert did.
Pass gets away. It'll be Piedmont ball. Instead of the shot. The quick pass. Trying to find the open man. Bergen now on the far side for Piedmont on the clear. It was stoppage of the clock and it may be a yellow card issued. The yellow card is issued to number 24, Madison Ranelli, with 24:40 remaining here in the first.
We're like top 5 in the country in cards. We're real physical. Or the top 4. They're ahead.
Bergen trying to move forward. Too much contact there. Another foul on Methodist. People will have some more space to work in.
Yeah, Ranelli picking up that previous yellow card there, making contact with the head of one of the Piedmont players on the far side of the field. Methodist
They didn't ask for a foul.
playing typically physical overall in the season, appearing among the leaders in Division III in yellow cards so far in the year. So playing a very physical style, and sometimes it catches up to you.
Absolutely, and offside is the call as one of the Monsters moved out of the attacking zone. Alabash had it for a moment there for Piedmont, slipped and the ball fell out. Methodist has it. See if they can kill the card here with this possession. Ball knocked away. Piedmont has it, but still plenty of time here. Penalty just over a minute remaining. Sliding forward. I think that may be Roman Bumpus. The foul there on Methodist. Just outside the 8-finger. Bumpus cuts inside. And another penalty here with 23:39 remaining. And it's Bumpus on the free position just on the far side. Poor shooting angle. See if he decides to go with a shot. Cuts inside. Shot and goal. Rowan Bumpus. With the goal that ties it up, that will release Rinelli on the penalty run.
The Lions taking advantage there of the aggressiveness on the defensive side of the Monarchs, getting the ball inside deep, trying to cause a foul, trying to get that free position attempt, and that's exactly what happened there, and took advantage of it.
Yeah, good job there by Bumpus to draw the contact inside the 8-finger. And now all of a sudden it's 2-2. Ryan, I think we're in for a good one here this afternoon.
That's what you want to see between the semifinal games between 2 and 3 seeds. You know, you got the championship game tomorrow as an outcome for this game, so both sides really want to get into that and play on Saturday.
Absolutely, another final appearance for Meredith.
Can't imagine much better of a gift for Easter than to be able to go home with a USA South Tournament Championship.
Taking home some hardware in the basket would be nice. Hendricks comes away with the draw control. Just under 24 minutes to play here in the first. It's 2-2. Methodist works behind the cage, coming up the near side. Up top now, it's Rinelli. A little shimmy shade causes Surgeon to fall. They work near side again, now behind the cage. Cutting back, near side. Good movement there. Piedmont defense is taking notice. Double down. Rinelli up top now. Back to Hendricks. Attention being applied to the Rookie of the Year. Near side, they go up top. Rinelli looks for a cutter. It's no ground ball though. Lots of contact, and it will be a foul coming out. And it's Juliana Surgeon who caused the turnover. Piedmont is in a clear attempt. Movement there from Steele. Pressure coming from Hendricks. They find the open man. It's Caitlin O'Brien. Now forward into the attacking zone. The clear is good. Jenna Smith is on it. And it'll be a stoppage to the clock. I think the Piedmont faithful said no right away, but the shot went off the post. So off pipe, I think they'll take their chances here now on a free position. I believe it's Jenna Smith. Quick little pass, shot and goal. 13. I believe it's Cassidy Heflin. Another freshman there for Piedmont College. And now it's 3-2 Piedmont. The Lady Lions with their first lead of the game here, Ryan.
Yeah, taking the first lead after that free position attempt, able to get the pass off to the left side, kind of get the goalie Gant out of position, and was able to beat her to the cage.
Absolutely. So good work here now from the Lady Lions. 3 seed up on top, but it's lots of time left here in LaGrange coming back with action here on the
Next ring, but they're probably good.
main show as
It's only at 17, 5, 16.
we are in the second semifinal of the USA South Championship tournament.
It's good to hear you again here, Timmy.
Absolutely.
Really, really looking forward to this matchup so far today. It's going back and forth early on in the first half, and it looks that it's going to be carrying on throughout this game. Both teams battling back and forth on both sides of the field, so makes for a great game.
Absolutely. After a runaway result in that first semifinal, this absolutely is the main show here, Ryan, as it's a good matchup between the number 2 and the number 3 seed right now. A timeout taken by Methodist. Let's see what the Monarchs coaching staff put into play here, led by Kendall Clarkson, head coach of Methodist University. Just a shade over 21 minutes to play here in the first. It's 4-2. Piedmont leads it. It's been an end-to-end game. And it's a good slice right through the Piedmont defense there by Coleman. And now it'll be a free position here. Low shot, a save, picked up by Forrest. Forward, knocked down though on the clear attempt. It's Methodist who comes away with it. Ewan, straight to the cage, shot, stick side, save by Forrest. Forrest slides it over now. A little slippery on the turf there. And we're in the clear attempt here by Piedmont. They'll go back now, will the Lady Lions swing it and switch the point of attack.
Yeah.
Piedmont moving forward. They're working on the far side. Now I believe it's a shot and a save there from Bumpus. And Methodist has it here on a clear attempt. Now they move it forward and do the Monarchs. It was Earls who was able to get the ball out of the defensive zone. Near side. They're working up to Hendricks. Nelly over to the far side. It's Earls back on it. And a foul there on Piedmont, as Earls will have it. Earls, the freshman out of Charlottesville, Virginia. Cutting through the lane, had some space and opening there. They work on the far side. It's Renelli who looks back in now to Hendricks. Hendricks finds a cutter. Cut off. The pass from number 7, Sam Short, got away. And it'll be Piedmont coming up with the ball, though. So now moving forward with it is Steele across midfield. And now they're in the final third. Moving forward, shooting space, I believe. So it should be another free position attempt by Cassidy Heflin. So Heflin will have another free position attempt. She'll decide to shoot, and a goal low right between the wickets. So another goal there for Piedmont. They push the lead now to 5-2, and it's Heflin who scores it. So it's now 5-2. Piedmont leads it over Methodist with 17:35 left in the first. A switch up on the draw here. It looks like it was Holland on it there for Methodist. Ranelli came away with it. And now streaking towards the offensive end go the Monarchs. Looking behind the cage. They work up top, Ranelli on it. A lot of traffic right there at the top of the key. Now they work up top. Now they're working on the near side. 16:30 and change. Methodist on the possession here. Nice little cut back. Knocked away. Good defending. But I think we had a foul right before the pass was intercepted. That made sense because you saw Kaylin Holland go sprawling.
Looked to be a little bit more than just some contact on that play before the turnover, so that whistle makes sense.
And Holland has it just outside the 8 here, I believe, so it shouldn't be a free position. Is that right there, Ryan? A shot
Sounds
goes
right.
wide, scooped up, ground ball given to Burt. They'll work it up top. Coming around the right edge, defended by Sargent. Now streaking free, a shot and a goal. Looked like it was Coleman on the goal there for Methodist.
Serena Coleman with the goal, as you mentioned there, Timmy, for Methodist, bringing the Monarchs back within another goal of Piedmont with that goal by Coleman. That's her 9th of the year so far, and it comes at a good time for the Monarchs, trying to inch back, and you just got to get one at a time when the deficit starts to get bigger. Just that offensive possession worked out well for them. Patient, if there's nothing there, move back out, go behind the cage, look around, and then it finally got to a point where they could get in, and they scored a goal, and that comes at a great time for them.
Yeah, it was a good set there by Coleman, as she did not give up on the play when she was defended well, sweeping around the right. Sargent pushed her outside the 8, but because of her athleticism, Coleman was able to get around to the edge of the goal, and once she did that and turned the corner, Sargent was behind her, and there was no help defense behind that, so Sargent herself was the help. Off the draw, popped up high. No one's got it yet. Looks like we got a foul covering the ball there. So it's going to be Methodist that has possession off the draw. So now Methodist holding it in their defensive end. Hendricks able to use her speed to slide past the Piedmont defense. Ranelli slips right through As there was a lady line there that couldn't apply the brakes. And I think we have offside here on Piedmont. Indeed we do. 4 required, of course, to stay outside the zone. Little toss. And it looks like it's going to be shooting space there. Earls will have the free position. The toss. Shot and a goal. It's number 4, Renee Burt. And it looks like there will be a timeout called here by Piedmont, with the Lady Lions clinging to a 5-4 lead. 15-10 to play here in the first half. So coming back with action here in this second semifinal, as Piedmont holding on to a slim 5-4 lead here over Methodist. Methodist Ryan here with 2 straight goals has made it much more interesting now, as it's only a 1-goal game with just about over 15 to play.
Coming out of that timeout that Methodist called earlier in the half was kind of the turning point for the Monarchs, as they were able to get on the board a couple of times and close the gap.
Yeah, it looks like an adjustment has been made there. And Methodist taking it straight to the cage on those couple of occasions. As they have it now working behind the cage. Continuing to work it around the goal. Looking for an opportunity as the defense slides around. Ranelli, nice little move there, knocked away. And looks like we have a foul called there on Piedmont. So it should be Ranelli. Ranelli pushed out. Methodist will work it around again. Up top, Hendricks. It's been rather quiet here so far. Cutter there for Methodist, missed. Ranelli forced out again after a quick move. It's been the help defense there really for Piedmont that's done a good job there on Ranelli after the first move. Hendricks isolated, Steele pushes her out. I don't hear a whistle, but we had a few players stop. Hendricks gets back onto it, tries to spin. Spin move, a shot. And Is it a yellow card there? Yeah, issued to number 3, Francesca Malabad. And that comes with 13:31 remaining in the first. So now the Lady Lions in a man-down situation. Methodist needs to take advantage here to tie this one up. They control it near side. Rinelli on it up top. Slides it across to Hendricks. See if she can get going. Pushes it to the near side. Knocked away. No one can come up with it. Force the ball out. But now they're isolated here behind the cage. Rinelli's got some space. Slides inside. Knocked away. And we have a foul called. It'll stay with Methodist. Looks like it's on number 12, Megan Kowalek. It's a free position attempt. Rinelli stepping inside, shot low and a goal. It's all tied up, 5-5. With just over 13 minutes to play here in the first, that will release the penalty on Malabad.
For Rinelli, entered this contest with 20 goals on the year in just 8 games. Missed a good portion of the beginning of the year. But coming on strong here at the right time for the Monarchs, especially now to be able to tie this game up.
Absolutely. It's now 5-5. It's been an end-to-end game.
In a regular season game, I'll fully agree with that. The quicker the better. When the game means something, I want to see entertaining. Softball,
So now we'll go back to the draw. And it looks like we'll have another switch here there. Ryan, as Rinelli will be called upon to take the draw. Steele has stayed the same there for Piedmont on each one so far, I believe. Popped up. Rinelli fighting for it. Scoops it up to herself. A foul called. And it'll be Methodist retaining possession. Self-start goes quickly. They move it ahead. Coleman slicing through. Knocked away from Coleman. I think it was Cassidy Heflin who picked it up there for Piedmont.
That was great stick movement there to get the poke out on Coleman, who's definitely on a charge into the offensive zone.
It's so hard in the women's lacrosse game to slice through the lane like that with just the slightest contact, being able to knock the ball out. Completely changes how you approach finding open space. That pass intended for one player, but 2 got onto it, knocked away. Methodist has it in a ton of space. Streaking on the near side is Brennan, who was wide open. Going herself is Holland. The shot right into the stick there as Blake Forrest has it. She'll launch it deep, and they get it forward to Steele, and in a blink of an eye, they're across midfield. Streaking with no pressure is Steele, going straight to the cage. The pass picked off by Methodist. That was number 21, Pillow, who caused the turnover. And that was a little bit of nerves there, I think, from Steele, the youngster. As she was streaking towards the cage, really wide open there, decided to pass, knocked away. Piedmont has regained possession.
It was an interesting decision to go with a pass there, but really in the end, no harm, no foul after getting the turnover there in neutral area.
I think sometimes you can be too wide open, Ryan, and have a little bit of panic set in there.
Get a little scared that you might miss, you know.
Absolutely.
You don't want to have that pressure on you. Just let someone else do it.
Absolutely, and a hard foul there by Piedmont. It's Malabad again on it. It was Hendricks, as both were streaking towards the ball. Self-start should get it going quickly. Just under 11 to play here in the first. It's 5-5. They get it ahead to Earls. One-on-one. Nice little move around. Slow shot and a goal. The shake and bake there from Earls as she's able to get around one defender and a nice low shot left side. As Earls puts the Monarchs back in front, 6-5.
And that's Earl's 8th marker of the year for the Monarchs. This is her 12th game out on the field, and just comes again at a great time as Methodist really holding the momentum right now towards the middle area, or the latter part of the first half, finally getting the lead back after trailing by 3 goals earlier.
Yeah, really since that midway point there, Ryan, they've done a really good job. It was the timeout that you pointed out that really has turned things around for the Monarchs. Piedmont took one up a goal still, but it has not slowed the momentum here as Ranelli will go back on the draw for Methodist, and Steele will come up for Piedmont. As the Monarchs now lead it 6-5. Ball slung forward. I think they're going to have a redo here. So the mulligan comes in as Ranelli and Steele will go once more. Ball has been placed. Referee steps away. Popped up higher this time. And it'll be knocked right into Methodist. Holland had it. It's been knocked around a little bit. It looks like it'll be a foul on Holland there. Malabad will have it on the self-start. They go across field to O'Brien, and now they find some room up here with Rowan Bumpus. Left side, can't use the speed to get around. Looks like there'll be a penalty called there. Yep, a foul on Methodist. Bumpus will have a little bit of space now to work with near side. Methodist doubling up the pressure, but now they'll back off. The pass snuck away for a moment, but Jenna Smith rather, able to get back onto it. Now they work it up to Steele. Nice cut inside. Looks for the pass, finds it, open space, low shot, and a goal. I think it's Cassidy Heflin, number 13, on the score. So it's all tied up once again, 6-6, 9:30 to play here in the first. The fans here in LaGrange and you folks at home getting your money's worth, as these two teams have put on quite a show over the first 21 minutes of this opening period. It looks like it's going to be Ranelli to take the draw again. So all tied up at 6. And the draw control straight one away by Piedmont's Heflin. They'll work at the 30. Now sleeking into the attacking zone. Heflin finds a little bit of space. It was a good cut, but an errant pass, as it's won by Methodist, and off and running are the Monarchs. The athleticism and the speed on display. Knocked away by Piedmont. And they came back onto it. Rowan Bumpus has the ball knocked away. Methodist off and running on a breakaway.
That was a great display of defense from both sides on both ends of the field.
Absolutely.
Knocking the ball away multiple times, causing a few turnovers.
And now the Monarchs have it here in the attacking zone. It was a good cut there from Holland. Couldn't find her. It wasn't a hard one, but she had a little space. They move it to Hendricks, who's a one-on-one with Steele. Not a lot of help in the area. See if she decides to go 1v1. She does. Pulls out, though, for a moment. They'll work it behind the cage. Pressure applied. Knocked down. Knocked back. Piedmont scoops it up. It'll be a turnover. Heflin is on it. Good little move inside. Malabad gets onto it. The long toss forward. Bordeaux moving forward. Lots of space inside if she cuts inside. The nice pass there and a shot and a goal. It's Jenna Smith who scores the goal. That's a pretty good break there. Nice transition attacking.
Almost as if the Monarchs forgot about Smith down there in the corner as she went around the cage, and all the defenders came up for the pressure on the offense, and just wide open there on the left side of the cage, and
Yeah.
that's how you get a good goal.
She had slipped behind the cage for a moment, and then when she came around the opposite side, no one seemed to pick her up, and you're right, the pressure converged on the breakaway, and they were able to slip one in behind. So now it's 7-6. Piedmont has reclaimed the lead. This one goes back and forth like a yo-yo as we sit with just over 7 minutes to play here in the first period. It'll be Steele and Ranelli on it again. A little bit of an early switch there by Methodist on the draw, but Ranelli has taken the last few. Knocked down, and Ranelli wins it on the draw control. Methodist off and running, trailing by a goal. Ranelli might have gone herself without the pressure of Malabad. Forces it out. Now they work behind the cage. Holland cut, but good defense there. Kept it from being an opening. They move it to Hendricks up top. Ranelli on the far side. Now they work around the 12. They open up the right side. Just testing and prodding the Piedmont defense right now, looking for an opening. Hendricks looks away Ranelli. Now they find it near side. Bert's on it. Behind the cage. The Monarchs clumping up top. Ranelli finds some space. I think you're going to have a call. Indeed you do. Stoppage of the clock at 6:38. It's a foul inside of the 8, so it should be a free position. Right, it looks like Ranelli on it here. Right at the top of the key. So both angles open for Ranelli. The shot low. Might have gotten a piece of Forrest as the save there, but I couldn't quite tell if she had a touch to it or not. And now the Lady Lions will have to provide some openings here for Forrest. Just over 6 to play in the first. They go far side. Back to Forrest. Pressure goes off of Simmet. Now back to Simmet from Forrest. Little bit of space. Sneaking by on the far side. Over the head of the Monarchs. Now they find more space on the far side. It's Jessica Bergen. They work it behind the cage. Cutter going. Didn't like the look. Once again, O'Brien going forward. They're working it around the 12. A little bit of movement here. It's different for Piedmont. You've seen the movement from the Monarchs a little bit more at the top of the 8. Piedmont a little more one-sided. The pass getting away. Oh, and it's knocked out there by Heflin. Heflin couldn't save it first, tried to scoop it up, and when she didn't have a clean scoop, it scattered out of bounds. So Methodist will be on it. Earls finds Hendricks in space. A dangerous thing here for the Monarchs. Oh, and the pass just cleared off a little bit, but opening and running is Burt. She has a runner open on the far side, finds her, goal. I believe it's Bianca Terenzi who got the goal. As we're now under 5 minutes and tied once again, 7-7.
As you mentioned earlier, Timmy, the game acting as a yo-yo, definitely still playing with that as we tie the game up once again off Terenzi's goal. Good possession there in the offensive zone. Just a quick pass across cage, and it worked out for him. So,
And it comes all from the miscue down here where Heflin, before saving it, tried to scoop, ball knocks out, and now off on a break go to the Monarchs.
and that's something you don't want the Monarchs to do because their athleticism is, as
Absolutely.
we've talked about all day, is second to none. So,
Absolutely, as it's now 7-7, under 5 to play here in the first. After the Methodist goal ties it back up. Popped up on the draw, almost won clean straight away. Methodist will have it though. As it's the Monarchs now moving it near side, behind the cage. Good move there to give himself a little bit of space. And now you're seeing a similar set here from Methodist with a lot of commotion on the near side. Isolating up top. And they look behind. They're working it up top. This is an important possession under 4 minutes to play right before the break. Either a Methodist goal or a Piedmont hold on this possession could set the tone for the second half. Coleman is on it. Top of the key, one-on-one. They work it behind. And looks like too much contact there inside the 8. They'll move Surgeon out, I believe, on the free possession. Or free position, rather, it'll be Holland. Far side, starts quickly. Shot, a save from Forrest. She goes out quickly. It's picked up. So Piedmont holding on that possession, now with a chance and plenty of time to get themselves a goal before the half. A lot of speed there, speaking of athleticism, as Surgeon's able to slip her on through. The 5-foot senior midfielder there for Piedmont. 5 feet may be a little generous. And she was able to slip right underneath the Methodist defense. And now Piedmont here with an attacking possession. Malabad on it. Slips around the right side. Able to recover possession after it was knocked down. Smith on it near side. Looked for a cutter, not there. They find Bumpus up top. Steele clears. Right side. Bumpus being forced out, gets around her defender. She's free. Shot off the stick as the keeper makes a save. Gant on that one. And Methodist has the recovery. And now a possible opportunity here for the Monarchs once again. Last 2 minutes.
and now pending those last 2 minutes, as you mentioned, a pair of key saves there on both ends, coming off one off the free position attempt, and as you just saw now on that save.
And Ranelli subbing in, found herself some space. As a defender falls. And we have a goal, a score for Methodist. Puts them up 8-7 just before the half. And it looks like Burt on the goal. Nice move to slip inside there and find it low for the goal.
And the same Renee Burt entered the game today as the team leader in points. coming into the contest with 15 goals and 15 assists for obviously a total of 30 points, leading the team, gets the goal, and the 2-goal lead for the Monarchs.
Yeah, absolutely. As Burt was able to slide in.
Not 2-goal lead, excuse me. Get the lead back.
Yes, 8-7. As Burt was able to slip in and slide in there for the goal.
That was her second goal of the day to go along with an assist.
As we have another draw control coming up here. Popped up towards the Piedmont side. And looks like it's still up for grabs. Methodist has it now, though. Minute 27. Still plenty of time here for Methodist to mount another attack. And a foul there on Hendricks of Methodist. As she created the contact, she'll come off, but Methodist will retain the possession. As the foul there against Piedmont. And the ball knocked away. Piedmont has it off and running. If they can find the space there. It couldn't connect. The pass to Smith was errant. Popped up. Methodist retains possession. Ranelli has space middle of the field, under a minute to play. Now they're moving forward are the Monarchs. One-on-one, pushed out. Should set up for a last possession, and looks like that's what they're doing here. Cutter coming across. It was knocked down by Molly Simmet of Piedmont. A lot of contact there from one of the Monarchs.
35, let's go. We're under 2 minutes, so tapping every whistle.
Simmet moves inside. It's knocked away. Up for grabs still. A lot of contact everywhere. The referee has a foul. We'll bring it out here, Piedmont ball. Just outside the 8. Cutting it back, near side. They'll go through Forrest. She'll swing it wide. Bergen moves it forward, but we're under 10 seconds to play. Not much time at all. And it looks like the time will be allowed to elapse. And it will be Methodist who holds the first half lead as we go to the break. 8-7, Monarchs lead it here in this second semifinal over Piedmont, with a spot in the title game up for grabs. So coming back with action here in the USA South Athletic Conference second semifinal of the day.
That was an excellent push. Don't be upset. Don't be embarrassed about that at all.
As Methodist leads Piedmont 8-7 with that second spot up for the grabs, as it's already decided that Meredith will await the winner of this contest in the championship game tomorrow.
Of course, Meredith taking a 15-9 victory. Excuse me, 15-4 victory.
19-5.
19-5. I got the numbers right. It's just in the wrong place. As soon as I said it, it didn't sound right. But
That's right. You're playing the Price is Right game, trying to round to the range of numerals there in the right spot. They got them eventually, though.
After that game, just domination from all
Absolutely.
facets of the game for Meredith in the first game to this game, where it's back and forth with every possession and everything that happens in the game. So exciting to see this second half.
Absolutely, Ryan. It's been impressive to see what Meredith put together earlier today, but between these two, it's been much closer. A one-goal game. Methodist has it. Rinelli moving forward right in the middle of the field. Space on the left. She cuts right. Cut off by the help defense there. As now they'll move it behind the cage. They work near side, the Monarchs.
Even my camera, like, take a few photos sometimes. Ryan, you cut 4 people off the right-hand side.
Hendricks going one-on-one. They pull out and they go far side. Slicing through the 8. Looks like there's a foul there on Piedmont. So we'll have a free position attempt coming up with Methodist on it. It was Holland who decided to cut it out and just keep possession. Not a great shooting angle on the far side. And the Monarchs still working it. It's Holland on it, working behind the cage. Tries to slice up front. Help defense cuts her off. She'll move the ball now. Good pressure from the Piedmont defense, pushing it out. Methodist offense looking for answers right now. Hendricks cuts back to the open left side. Help was there. It looks like we'll have a foul there on the far side. It's going to be Kowalek, I believe, who was responsible for the foul. Burt will move it here for Methodist behind the cage. Now they work at the Hendricks near side. Up top, Rinelli. Rinelli finds an open player on the far side. Cut off quickly. And it was Brennan who was open for a moment. The pass is errant, gets away, out of bounds. Should be Piedmont ball, and it is. So Piedmont will have it here near side, trailing by a goal. It's Steele who will bring it into play. Tries to slice inside. That cut in the women's game is just too tough to make, as the pocket on the cross a little more shallow in the men's game. A little tougher to keep it inside. As you see, just a little bit of contact brings that ball out. Malabad tried to get around the corner. Couldn't turn it, but a foul will put her back inside. Malabad will play it back, where Piedmont has a little more open space. Not clean on the passes so far here. It looks like it's knocked away, and Methodist will have it. Smart play there from number 14, Terenzi. Oh, and a restart infraction will be called. So Piedmont will get possession back. Nice little move there from Bergen, gets around. Tiptoes the far line, cutting inside. Can't hold on to it, though. Knocked away by Burt. No one wants it at the moment. It's up for grabs. Now they'll work it back through. Forrest comes out of the cage to scoop it up. A little bit of a pressure applied to her, and now they've got free space. Malabad through the middle over to Steele and into the attacking zone here for Piedmont College. Jenna Smith working far side, tries to cut inside, lost control of the ball, is able to scoop it up, turns the corner, gets around. Round one defender, second defender knocks it loose. The turns go inside, over to Malabad. Now in the near side corner, that's Heflin on it. They find Caitlin O'Brien, who finds a nice little opening there, top shelf goal, as Piedmont ties it back up 8-8. 25-12 remaining here in the second, and we're all level once again. That is the sixth tie here today between these two schools. If you're a math major at home, it's pretty impressive because it's only 8-8. So an impressive game here in this second semifinal.
And again, for the fans here in attendance in LaGrange, Georgia, very much different pace than the last game. That maybe we'll get the score right this time, 19-4, 19-5.
There you go.
Oh man,
I think so.
Finally.
Sure. It's been a long day. It's been a long weekend.
It's been a while. You know, it's been a fun time down here in LaGrange. Got to thank the city for allowing USA South to come down for the weekend and get everything done.
I tell you, the city's been so welcoming with signs posted everywhere as Piedmont has it. It's Heflin here streaking near side. Tried to go back in. Picked up by Jones. She's going to work back towards the cage. Nice little dish in front and a goal as Steele scores. Woo, woo, woo. What a pass there from Jones as she was able to sidearm one inside as Piedmont takes the lead. And as you said just a moment ago that fans were getting their money's worth here, Ryan, that's pretty impressive work there from Jones.
Definitely a game of streaks going on today. As earlier we saw Piedmont hold a 5-2 lead, and then Methodist come back and tie the game and eventually take the lead with 4 straight goals. And here we are again with Piedmont starting out the second half here with 3 consecutive strikes and taking it up to 9-8.
Yeah, and it's been an impressive opening 5 minutes here. 25 minutes still left, 24:54 exactly left here in the second half. But these next few minutes may be the most important minutes of this contest if one team can pull away from the other. Right now, momentum clearly on the side of the 3 seed as Piedmont has kind of pushed back the edge. Ranelli will go into the draw as Hendricks comes out. Steele has been on it throughout the entire day here for Piedmont. So Ranelli and Steele will fight for this one. I think we have a false start, and it's going to go Piedmont's way as Ranelli is called for it. So Steele will have it. Quickly pressured by 3 Monarchs, able to find a little bit of space. Now they break down the pressure due to the Lady Lions. Heflin's running forward with it, sees Bumpus. Now she finds her, shot, top shelf, and goal. Exactly the opposite of what we saw earlier, where it was too much open space for the youngster, and it caused the turnover. She did a great job that time of pulling the defender to her and then slipping it over top to Bumpus.
Lions' offensive side is just really excelling so far in the second half. You got to wonder what the coaching staff had to say in the locker room, but also has to be said, Methodist, they've came back before from a couple goals down after allowing a couple straight, and who better to coach a team in a situation like that than the conference coach of the year here
Yeah.
at Methodist? So can definitely be an interesting couple of minutes here.
Kendall Clarkson not using a timeout. I was going to be interested to see what her strategy would be there, going down now 2 goals. As we said, this next 5-minute period may be the most important 5-minute period here in this contest. And it'll be Ranelli and Steele on the draw once again. And we'll see if maybe Piedmont is able to score another goal here, whether Clarkson will use one of those timeouts. Piedmont on the draw, wins it. Heflin wins it. She's being chased by Ranelli. Good pressure there by Methodist to force Piedmont to pull it out. Steele is in trouble, and a foul called there by the officials will bail her out as she was being doubled down there by 2 Monarchs on the pressure. Piedmont now has it in the attacking zone, 24-10 to play. Heflin tried to go right side. Lot of congestion there on the far side. Now it opens up. Steele. Looks like we're going to have a foul called on Methodist. Under 24 minutes to play now. Smith is on it. Smith turns the corner. It's going to probably be an illegal screen. And it is indeed. Steele took the worst of it, I believe, but Ranelli will have it coming out now here for Methodist. It's a good break. Down 2 goals as Smith was turning the corner on that one. It's not Ranelli, it's Piedmont struggling now defensively. Methodist streaking forward. Hendricks gets through the middle. Flag is up, but the goal will negate it. As it's a huge score for the Monarchs, with Hendricks going coast to coast for the score.
Talk about a momentum shift after that, getting the illegal screen, as you mentioned, and then just taking it from there, and Hendricks just taking it herself.
Absolutely, coast to coast, and it's now 10-9. Just a 1-goal lead now here for Piedmont.
For Hendricks. Well, Hendricks, that's her 2nd goal of the contest today.
It's her first. It's very early on, I think, in the first half. Yeah, she scored the first goal of the game back in the 28-11 mark. First score since then. This is now 10-9. Methodist trails by just a goal. Just a shade under 23 minutes to play in the second. Popped up. Knocked down. Piedmont had it for a moment. Smith lost it. Ranelli picks it up. Knocked away from Ranelli. But the swing knocks it into one of the waiting Monarchs. No one really wants a hold of it. Rowan Bumpus had it for a moment. Now Jenna Smith on it. She's able to slide through the Methodist defense. She's going to go far side. Ranelli can't quite keep up. Smith going all the way. Shot in the goal. Speaking of coast to coast. No one wanted the ball for a moment there, Ryan. It was knocked around several different times. And
coming off a game of hot potato there in midfield, they were able to just take it all the way across, and here we go again with another goal.
Absolutely.
From Piedmont.
And it's good recognition there from Smith, too, because Ranelli was not pressuring Smith. And all of a sudden, you started to see the gap open up with Smith starting to extend her lead there. And when she cut back inside, it's too tough to defend that angle. She was coming straight away. So good recognition there by Smith offensively. And now I think we're going to see a change on the draw. Looks like number 10 there. Tori Manahan for Methodist. So Piedmont has stayed with Steele throughout the contest here, Ryan, but a lot of changes for Methodist here on the draw. They're trying to get a little bit of a strategy, I think, going against Steele. And it's interesting because in the first half, Methodist won the draw 13 of 16 times is what I'm looking at. So they didn't do that poorly on the draw at all. Just over 22 minutes, Methodist with it.
It almost seems that it was a way of keeping her honest there in the circle, getting a different matchup with each.
Yeah, it's interesting the strategy there because, like I said, it was not something they were struggling in the first half. Methodist working it to the far side, behind the cage. Holland on it. Stutter step. Top of the key. Rinelli cut off. Pass to the far side. Back up to Rinelli. Tries her luck on the left side. Cut off by the help defense. A little bounce pass picked up there. Holland, nice little spin move. Gets around two defenders. Shot in the goal. And we have a stoppage. No goal. It's disallowed. I don't know what they pointed to on the inside. Ryan, do you know? Oh, yeah, they're going to give a yellow card to number 22 there. Kaylin Holland. It could be on the follow-through. Not entirely sure.
It appears the whistle came before the shot.
Shot, right. We don't know what the call necessarily was.
It could be a dangerous
It
follow-through.
could be the dangerous follow-through. We thought we saw that earlier, so no goal there for the Monarchs.
But what a quick performance there. Able to shake off two defenders
tell
and
you,
jump in front of the cage and beat the goalie.
It was going to be top 10 worthy if it had gone in. And it just, unfortunately there for Methodist, it would have been a good momentum turn. Now as it sits, 21-21 left. And the ball in the hands of Blake Forrest, the goalie there for Piedmont. They find space in the middle of the field, able to break the pressure, but not entirely as it's knocked down there by Methodist off the foot of a Monarch. Saved first. It should be a foul. And indeed it is. It's on a Molly Simmet there for Piedmont. The play was broken up by Tori Manahan earlier there, who I believe caused the turnover. And we're going to bring it back and have a do-over. Now Methodist will start it. Sliding inside, Manahan gets away from pressure. Has an open man on the right, slides and takes it herself. Goal for Methodist University. Nice work by Manahan there. She had an open player flanking her on the right, and instead she used the pressure to slip back inside and score herself. So nice work there by Methodist as they pull themselves back to within a goal now. It's 11-10. Piedmont leads it. Still plenty of time left in this one, with 20-25 remaining here in the second.
As I take a look over to my right side, it appears the Meredith lacrosse team is here scouting out their possible next opponent for tomorrow. Got to wonder what's in their mind, seeing both teams excelling in different facets of the game so far today.
I agree with you, Ryan. It's going to be interesting to see what they do tomorrow, depending on their opponent. I think a substitution issue has caused a problem here down on the field. So the draw will be given immediately to Steele of Piedmont. Hang on, they're discussing it now. And they're going to pull the substitution off the field. So Piedmont has it here. Steele gets past one defender. And we have a foul here. So Piedmont will have it. Back up to Steele. Finds one in behind. And looks like it's an illegal screen there. I don't know who set it. It could have been number 15, Kayla Jones. She was in the area. Methodist has it now, near side, streaking up, looking to go to the left. It's Brennan on it. Under 20 to play, a one-goal game. Now they'll work to the top of the key. Nice little stutter step there. Slipping inside, tripped up. No call made, though. That was Ranelli putting the moves on. Holland tries her luck, cut off by Jessica Bergen. Hendricks has it. Now they work it back to Holland in the corner. Bergen working on her defensively. Help comes over, picked off by Piedmont. Trying to get around Hendricks there was Bradeau. She'll cut back inside. Now they'll switch the point of attack to the far side. Looks like it's Rowan Bumpus on it. Ranelli doesn't keep up. Holds off outside of the attacking zone. So Bumpus has space to get across. Heflin's on it. Cuts right. Wide open. Low and wide. And Ryan, maybe a similar case, too open there for the youngster, I think, from Piedmont, as she was trying to put in the right spot. And the errant pass there from Piedmont gets out of bounds. It'll be Methodist ball.
That's something you see a lot of in net and cage sports, with just the open net and just too much time. It's tough sometimes.
Absolutely. You put it on frame there as open as you are, and you probably have a better shot than trying to pick out the exact corner. Ranelli slips past Molly Simmet, launches it deep. A lot of space here for a pair of Monarchs to work. Slipping inside, Steele applies some help pressure. And now the Monarchs will have it and set it up here. With just over 17 to play, it's 11 to 10. Piedmont leads it, but it's been a back and forth contest all day, and if the momentum shift stays the same, it's quickly going to move over to the side of the Monarchs, as Piedmont had it for a while, jumping in front 11 to 9 earlier before the Monarchs scored to cut it to a one-goal game as we stand now. The pass was deflected away, picked up by Malabad. Looks like there will be a foul. Malabad tosses it inside. No Piedmont player picks that up. And it looks like we'll have a timeout here, Methodist. 11 to 10 your score with 16:27 remaining here in the second period. coming back with action here as we're in the second semifinal of the USA South Florida Conference Tournament. As Piedmont leads at 11-10 over Methodist with 16:27 left in the second period. Methodist has possession after the timeout called by the Monarchs. They'll start it with Hendricks. Let's see what the Monarchs set up coming out of the break. As they move it behind the cage, Ranelli was the first cutter. They have Hendricks up top. Hard pass was handled well by Brennan. Brennan cuts around the cage, met by a few defenders. Hendricks finds herself with some space. Tried to go 1v1, but now she's doubled up on the pressure. Methodist continues to hold possession. Good job there by Hendricks to find the open player. Brennan. Now up top, they'll use Hendricks again. Malabad comes out to apply early pressure. Hendricks able to sneak through a few Lady Lions and goes herself for the goal, the Rookie of the Year, showing why, tying it up 11-11.
That'll be her third goal of the contest today so far, second in the first half, as we talked about earlier, scoring the first goal of the game, tying it up here later on in the second half, coming out of the timeout, as Methodist did earlier in the first half and responded well.
She was relatively quiet through that first half after the early goal. Hendricks limited just to the one shot there in the first half, so now it's all tied up, 11-11. 15:21 to go here in the second half. As we sit in LaGrange, Georgia, with another draw coming up. Popped up. Won by Piedmont's Rowan Bumpus. Streaks far side. Gets in behind the defender, goes herself, lost the ball for a moment. Picked up by the goalie there for Methodist. And now they'll have a chance to move it out. Still plenty of time left. 14:45 remaining and counting. Methodist able to get out. Errant pass goes off of Hendricks, picked up by Piedmont. Hendricks couldn't look it in. They go forward. Jenna Smith can't collect it. It's knocked away. Looks like a foul there on Piedmont. Number 10, Janine Bordeaux. They'll start it as the Monarchs now cross midfield. Ranelli. Holland back to Ranelli. They work near side. 11-11. Under 14 to play now. Hendricks slides right side. Cut off after she had scored the previous goal. Makes sense, the attention applied. Found the cutter, but cut off by a few Lady Lions. And that was Brennan on the cut. Another cutter right in front, but they couldn't find Manahan. Manahan made a great cut and didn't have any Lady Lions trailing her, so good thing that they couldn't find her there for Methodist if you're a Piedmont fan. Back up to Hendricks now. Cut out. Hendricks forced out of the 12. They find the cutter right in front. Shot. And a save there from Forrest. Couldn't quite tell if she had made the save or not. They'll slide it now to the near side. Bergen has a little bit of space. See if the Lady Lions show in the middle. They do. They find Sargent. Has some pressure from behind. She finds Steele. Steele, same pressure coming from Manahan. They try to move it up the far side. It's knocked away. It should be Methodist ball, and it is. It was deflected by a Monarch. And Steele came over and tried to keep it in play, but there was no need to. They'll move to the middle of the field. Brennan on it. Plenty of space. Pressure coming from behind. Brennan puts it down low. They're going to pressure her out of the A. She'll go around the cage. Tried to come back around herself. It's knocked away. It's picked up by Molly Simmet. Back into the cross of Lake Forest. Holland applying a little bit of pressure. She'll sling it out, Will Forrest, over to Bergen. Middle is open. They find it. Now carrying it forward is Janine Bordeaux. They work near side. Need to set up an offensive possession here if you're Piedmont, just to take some pressure off the defense there, as they've been playing quite a lot there in the recent minutes, trying to hold off the Methodist attack, which has come alive here. A pair of goals that have tied it up 11-11 in recent moments. Right side is open. Cutters come across. Jones cuts back. Smith is on it. No cutters. Bumpus made an effort there. Steele cuts back, holding it herself. No one showing in front of the cage. The long pass deflected off the cross there. Hasn't turned over yet. Stoppage of the clock here. And it'll stay Piedmont ball. 10:20 to play, all tied up at 11. Second seed Monarchs of Methodist University and the third seeded Lady Lions of Piedmont College in a battle here with Bumpus on the restart. We're going to move some pieces around before we restart. And there we go. Now we're ready. Almost knocked away there from Bumpus. Heflin. Jones showed. Smith is on it, cuts around the right. Space opens up. Shot and a goal from Jenna Smith as she goes top shelf for the go-ahead score. 12-11 now. Piedmont leads it. Good movement there. That's the second time they've run that set where they've slid around the right side with a little bit of a rub.
And at 11-11, she made a wish, and it came true, and it was a goal to give Piedmont a one-goal advantage once again, going back and forth in this game.
They've run a lot of sets where they've had a lot of congestion on the left-hand side, opening up that right side. It's been pretty successful there for Smith, who seems to enjoy going to her right. As we've seen now, a little bit of an advantage here for Piedmont, but still 10 minutes to play in this second half. So much can happen, as we've seen before here in the USA South Championship Tournament for women's lacrosse. back on the draw we go. It looks like Manahan is back on it. And steal for Piedmont. Popped up. Steele tried to win it straight away. It's won by Malabad. Streaking through. Malabad makes it through. Ahead to Smith. Smith looked inside. We have a flag up. And we're going to have a stoppage of the clock. It should be a free position, I think. She's going to be a few steps off of that. Not likely to see a shot here. It's a poor angle. Smith not even acting like she's going to shoot. She'll come back out. Now there's a lot of space in front of that Methodist cage there. We'll see if Piedmont puts it to use. Bumpus cuts, nice little pass, slips inside. Bumpus scores a goal for Piedmont College. 13-11 now with 9:35 remaining.
Just another give and go pass back to her and just able to beat Gant again on low to her right side. It's been the story of the game so far for the Lions.
And the score was good. The pass was pretty.
Oh,
the
very
nice
much
little
so.
slip pass underneath, right in between the two shoulders of the two Monarchs there. And that was well set up there by Piedmont College. Methodist, though, a team today that has shown they can rally. They're only down 2 goals with 9:35 remaining here. Plenty of time for the Monarchs to mount a comeback. And the difference in the last 2 or 3 minutes here, Ryan, has to be Piedmont taking their time offensively to take a little bit of pressure off that Lady Lion defense and what they've had to do to try to force the Methodist attack out, which has been absolutely potent here today.
Yeah, offensively, just slow it down a little bit. You have the lead now. Just slow it down. Pick your spots. Take your shot when it's there. You don't have to force anything. And that, like you mentioned, taking the pressure off the defense.
And you wonder what the strategy will be here for Methodist as Hendricks goes back on the draw. Lots of switches there. And you wonder if they'll try to go with a quick attack, but it doesn't matter right now because Heflin's on it here for Piedmont. If you're Piedmont with 9 minutes to play, you slow down and set up a good opportunity, because if you can get a 3rd goal, I think it would be their largest lead of the game to this point. Well, I take it back, they had a 5-2 lead earlier in the game, yeah. But they are taking some time here. 9 minutes to play. Smith looks inside, the pass gets away, almost dribbled in there towards goal. And it was a good job there by Gant to collect it. So now Methodist will have the chance with just under 9 left here in this second period as the players will clear out. Gant on it. Ranelli comes back in. Monarchs driving the Lady Lions further and further out of the defensive zone. Manahan will come in. Little substitution shown there on the Methodist side. Oh, and an errant pass knocks away. I don't know who that came off of. And it'll be Piedmont ball. And right ahead, if Heflin has the awareness here, she's off and running. No pressure but the one from behind. Oh, and a foul there on Methodist. It's unfortunate because they had done a good job to shore up the Piedmont attack. But Heflin will have it here. I think on her left side is O'Brien. If she can draw the pressure to herself and find O'Brien, that's exactly what she does. A shot and a goal. What a turn of events here as Piedmont now takes a 14-11 lead. And Ryan, it comes all from the mistake right here in front of us as we see the ball dribble out of bounds. And Heflin had done a good job getting in front, but the Methodist defense held her up well.
Especially in this game, it seems that a lot of just the little errors or little mistakes are really catching up with both sides. And as we speak now, it appears there's a new goalie coming in for Methodist. But yes, as you said, that little blunder there, just a turnover in midfield in the neutral area, and Piedmont able to take care of that and just go the other way with it and just extend the lead.
And it wasn't a bad mistake, really, there, as Gant tried her near side. It was put in a spot where only Methodist had a chance at it, really, and just a little out of reach. And now we will see a goalie change as Molly O'Hara will come in. O'Hara, the junior out of Monroe, Connecticut. And with 7:41 to play, it's a brand new ball game, 14-11. Piedmont leads it. Had the draw for a moment, did Bumpus, I believe. Ball still up for grabs. Now it's knocked away. I think we're going to have a foul called. Yeah, I could see that one coming, I think. As Methodist will have possession. It's Hendricks on it. We're at 7 minutes to go and change. Hendricks, a great job. Athletically slips by. The flag is up. The shot is wide. I don't know if the goalie for Piedmont got a touch to it. I don't believe so. But the shot was wide. Methodist retains possession. Working behind the cage. A little opportunity, a slip. Nice goal there from number 4, Renee Burt. As she just caught the Piedmont defense taking a quick cat nap. Was able to slide in the backside and scoop it underneath Forrest.
And that's a big goal right there. Is coming back in within 2 now.
Absolutely.
That's what Methodist needed off of that possession.
And a timeout has been called on the field by Piedmont College with 6:47 remaining. It's 14-12. Piedmont leads it over Methodist in this semifinal game. And a welcome back into coverage here of this second semifinal game. As currently it's Piedmont holding a 2-goal lead, 14-12, with just under 7 to play here in the second period. And Ryan, it's been one heck of a game. That Methodist goal has done a good job to stem the tide here.
I think we just reached the 2-hour mark of this contest so far, and it's just back and forth, and the tide might be turning here again after that goal. It's just down 2 more. Let's see what happens.
The quick timeout called there by head coach Laura Patton for Piedmont College, as she felt it there and knew she had a 3-goal lead and wanted to stop it a little bit. The draw control may be important here. Up for grabs. Someone covered it. And that'll be Methodist that'll cover it, and so Piedmont will have it. And this is an important possession here with 6 and some change to play. As Piedmont are moving some pieces back. It's only killing a few more seconds there, too. It's not good for Methodist. As time running out, but a 2-goal lead is not much to cover in 6 minutes. Bumpus slips past. It's knocked away well by Methodist. Forced out of bounds, but they'll say that Piedmont will hold on to it. 6 minutes exactly to play. Bumpus is on it. Toss to Kayla Jones. Oh, and a sidearm shot straight over the crossbar. She wanted that one back because she had an opening. You can tell by the body language there. Not quite sure what's going on far side. Clock is stopped with 5:46 to play. Now it's back in action. Smith is on it. Finds Steele. Steele looked for a cutter for a moment. Now they move it up top. It's Bumpus. Couple of cutters coming her way. Bumpus rubs around. Nice defending there by Ranelli as she's able to cause the turnover. She knocks the ball away. Caitlin O'Brien called for the foul, had knocked it away from Ranelli for a moment. It looks like Ranelli is going to have to go off. And Earls will come in for her. 14-12, 5:13 to play. Earls will have it here for Methodist on the restart. Tosses it inside immediately to Hendricks. Hendricks using that speed, trying to get through the Piedmont defense, able to do so. This has been her most successful move so far. One-on-one, they slow her down a little bit, push her out wide. And Methodist will retain possession now here in their attacking zone. Burt, well aware of the hole here on the Piedmont defense on the backside, slips in. But she finds Hendricks up top instead. Steele out there. A little bit of help from Surgeon. One of the Monarchs falls over. And it looks like they called a foul there. And will it be a free position? I think it will, but I'm not sure. Yeah, free position here. Or no, I take it back, just outside. But Methodist will retain it. They try the pass. And a foul called with 4:28 remaining. 2-goal lead here for Piedmont. And a free position attempt here by Methodist. It's a big play coming up here for both teams. A shot and a save. I didn't quite see if she got anything onto that. I think it might have hit the leg. And moving ahead are the Lady Lions. I think it's Juliana Surgeon on it, cutting back across through the middle. Now the toss near side, it's Bergen. No help shown inside. Oh, and a foul called there on Brennan will allow Surgeon to get out. Ticking under 4 minutes. 2-goal lead here for Piedmont. As Methodist needs a pair to get back into this one. Bergen able to slip and find some space. They have a whistle. And I think, yeah, it's offsides. That's true. Just 3 in the back half here for Methodist. So one Monarch will be moved out on the offside call. Now they'll move it back in. Heflin to O'Brien. O'Brien back out. Malabad just came in. Looks like offside again is going to be the call, yeah. We saw Ranelli start to sneak across the line there, and a couple of Monarchs were telling her she had to get back on that side. 3:24 left now. Still 14-12 Piedmont. Pressure from behind. The Monarchs applying good pressure on Caitlin O'Brien. O'Brien able to see it, gets around. Could be a stoppage here. Oh, it looks like it's a stoppage there and a foul on Piedmont. So now with just over 3 minutes to play, Methodist streaking up the far side. Need 2 to get back in it. Able to sneak around. The Monarchs with time in the middle. Under 3 to play. 14-12. A thriller here in LaGrange. in the second semifinal. Pressure being applied. The cutter was Manahan, couldn't find her. They'll move it back up top. One-on-one, spin move and a Butte. Pulled back out. Now behind the cage. Manahan cuts again. Earls was behind her. Holland being forced out. Ball's down on the ground. Knocked back across the line, picked up by Piedmont College. Middle of the field. Forward. Wide open on this far side, or this near side rather. Now it's Smith being forced out. Good pressure by Holland. Ball on the ground, but a whistle. Too much contact there by Holland, and the whistle stops the clock right at 2 minutes. Piedmont. Smith tosses it forward. Heflin's on it. Pressure being applied into the middle now for Malabad. Forced back out by Manahan. Malabad being chased. Back across, no one wants it. Picked up by O'Brien. Pressure still there by Methodist. 1:30 or so in playing. Nice move there by Steele. Ball keeps moving. Looks like it's Kayla Jones on it. Picked up by another Monarch. Little sidearm pass down to Heflin. Heflin finds a cutter. It's O'Brien. A shot and a goal. Caitlin O'Brien. As she went stick side of Molly O'Hara. And it now pushes to a 3-goal lead here for Piedmont College. Ryan, what a turn there in that last 2 minutes of play.
It appears that yo-yo of a game that you referenced in the first half is about to get a little bit tangled here as Piedmont now has the 3-goal advantage with, under 90 seconds left in this contest. It's coming down to it.
And a surprise here in LaGrange as these two met a week ago, as you spoke of earlier, Ryan, and it was a decisive victory really for Methodist to now all of a sudden Piedmont has taken the lead 15-12 with 1:17 remaining. A little bit of a stunner here in this semifinal. It was close the entire way. This is the tie for the largest lead here by Piedmont. They win the draw. Rowan Bumpus is on it. Gets across into the attacking zone. Little stutter step. She finds herself some space. Pushes it back now to Smith. Smith up top. Heflin's on it. The panicked voices of the fans and parents involved here as they can sense an appearance in the final. Steele gets free. Forced back out. Good pressure defense here by Methodist. Smith is on it. The Monarchs starting to collapse. Smith sees an opening. Shot off the foot of Molly O'Hara. The kick save sends it out of bounds with 33 and a half to play. Jones is on it. Slides it inside. It's Malabad. Up top now to Heflin. Over to Malabad. Up to Heflin. Heflin free and open to the goal. Nice pass, a shot, and a save. That was a good pass there from Heflin. We're under 10 seconds, though, now to play here in LaGrange, Georgia. And it's going to be Piedmont College moving on to the championship game as time ticks away and the horn sounds. And that's your ball game, fans. Final score, Piedmont College 15, Methodist University 12. A surprising upset here for the fans in LaGrange and a thriller to end the day. Ryan, we appreciate you jumping on the call. Your final thoughts here on this one.
What a game. As we mentioned earlier in the day, the first semifinal of this year's conference tournament was pretty much one-sided, and then we came in this one and just a barn burner of a match, back and forth all day. And congrats to Piedmont for picking up the victory and avenging their loss to Methodist just a week ago.
And I think this is one of the few times we've seen this happen in the last few years, but it's been similar. A couple years ago, I think we had a semifinal matchup of two teams where one had come out the victor and the other came away with a tournament victory. Hats off to Methodist University for a brilliant 2017 season and a really impressive showing, a runner-up finish in the regular season in the USA South. But it will be Piedmont College moving on with a victory here in the semifinals. They move on to the championship game here tomorrow, 3 o'clock start, and you'll see it live here on the USA South Athletic Conference Broadcasting Network. For Ryan and all of our folks up here in the booth, we'll see you next time.